The thermometer down on the sideline, and if it gets up above 82 degrees, that's when they can call it. 82 degrees or higher, we're well above that right now.
Yes, we are. We are so well above that right now. I mean, and also with the humidity. I mean, it's one of those things that you, as a coach, how do you prepare for this game? Do you go all out, or do you sit back and use the temperature as at your advantage, or at your disadvantage, I should say?
Bethlehem in the all-white, the Rhinos in the all-black with the white stripes on the top of the kit. They'll be attacking from right to left. Bethlehem Steel, the Philadelphia Union affiliate. They became the 9th team in the MLS to independently own and operate a USL club. As they are at a 500 mark right now. Dos Santos tries a little touch on the near side. That'll go off of the captain, Richter, the 27-year-old. Played to Becker. Hard tackle from Becker.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard tackle from Becker. He lost the ball and retaliated very quickly. And again, one of those fouls. That's a great foul. Here it is right here again, and he lost it here. Retaliated right with a tackle from behind, and the referee called a infringement on that one.
There's Lucchini, the player who was fouled. A little swipe away of Canardo Forbes. That'll be called every time. It'll be a restart for the Rhinos. Rochester coming off a loss on Sunday, 2-1 at Orlando City. And in that game, Haji Berry had 2 goals. He is from Greece Olympia right here in Rochester, New York. But he's playing for Orlando City B, so I guess he gave it to his hometown team, didn't he?
Yeah. I think he really wanted to prove something during that game, because he's a local guy. I mean, I played against him with my team in the local division here, and I believe he wanted to show like, hey, I'm here. I'm from Rochester, and see me.
Yeah, you spoke very highly of him. You said he's a very talented player.
A very talented player, very skillful, very quick on the ball, very first touch of the ball, clean first touch, and if he get that step on you, he will burn you.
He is looking to make his way up into the full MLS side in Orlando. For Bethlehem, coming off a 3-1 loss against Harrisburg, that ended their 5-game unbeaten streak. There's a good switch onto the near side for Ugarte. Richter comes away with it as Ugarte stumbled to the turf.
Yeah, that was a great switch from the right back over to the left side of the field for Ugarte. We just lose his footing on that one.
Chambers switching the run of play to the far side. Foul called on the Rhinos. It was Gabriel Gisi, the player who went down. As Toch came in with a late tackle.
Yeah, this infraction is in a dangerous position here. I mean, I don't know if they have anyone can, hit a ball of 50 at 30 yarder from or 25 yarder from the outside and curl it into the back of the net. But it's a dangerous position here. It's a dangerous spot here.
And you and I were talking while the Bethlehem side was warming up. This is a big team, so they've got some good targets in the box.
This is a very big team. I mean, I know usually teams are big and defensively and small as you go from the midfield to forward, but this team seems to be big all around. And I think they're going to be we have to be looking at some of those set plays, corner kicks and then free kicks like this one here.
Here's the first one in the 4th minute. We are scoreless. The wall's backed up. Delivery is low and driven into the box. Headed away there by Toch. Canardo Forbes for Dos Santos. Off his shoulder. He gets taken down there by Austin Trusty. The 17-year-old Austin Trusty is going to be committed to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. He's verbally committed to them after his high school career is over. So a young team. Philadelphia looking to build for the future through Bethlehem Steel. Over the near side or the far side looking for Kone. Played forward again. Apostolopoulos gets there first. Headed forward now by Akinyode. There's going to be some battles tonight. This is a big, strong team out of Pennsylvania, and a foul by Turgu against Akinyode. Turgu coming in now, making his 3rd league appearance. They're spending the indoor season with the Baltimore Blast, the MASL champions. Oh, Lucchini, a good turn on Becker. Puts it to the corner of the 18. Tried to get it back, but the pass a little too much there from Kone.
Yeah, that was a good turn, good pass into the middle, but just a little bit too much, getting it back into the center of the field for a possible shot on goal.
This one out of play. Throw in here for Richter, 2011 draft pick of the Union. Kone battles with Becker. No call made. Ugarte finds Dos Santos. This one is flicked forward, and on the hustle now is Daly. They're one of the veterans, the 28-year-old. Played with Sacramento last season. He was selected as the USL Best 11 second team. So they've got a good mix of some veteran players and a lot of youth players as well. Fred, one of them, player coaches, listed tonight, the 36-year-old Brazilian. So they've got a good balance there.
Yeah, they sure they'll have a good balance of young players and veteran players. I mean, you just mentioned Kone just a moment ago, and he looks like he turned down a chance to play in Europe, some European clubs, to come to the USA to play here. So, I mean, that was a big decision on his part, but he made a decision nonetheless, and here he is.
Kone, 20 years old, from Liberia, 9th appearance of the season. And we are in the 7th minute at Rhino Stadium. Joe Giuliano along with former Rochester Rhino Daryl Stewart on a very warm and muggy evening in downtown Rochester. Bastalopoulos with the steal to Ugarte. Garzi back to Grinwis, the 24-year-old, 7th appearance of the season for Grinwis. And a good solid win from Richter up and over Ugarte. Just no space on the field right now.
No space. And again, the Rhinos is going to be having some problems winning those balls in the air also, just because of the sheer size of these guys, the steals all over the field, from the defense to the offense.
Foul was called on Farrell, a little elbow from behind on Kone, and Farrell will pick up a call. The 22-year-old scored his first pro goal earlier in the season against Charleston. So we're in the 8th minute. And a restart here for Bethlehem Steel.
Again, this is not a dangerous position again to Bethlehem Steel have a chance to serve the ball into the box again with these. I keep mentioning with these tall guys in the box. I mean, it's dangerous for the Rhinos in situations like these.
This is one of the few teams we've seen come in and either match or are greater than the Rhinos in size. This is a big team. Again, we keep talking about it, but again, that could be a factor here as Richter, low service, top of the 18, swerving shot. And that one is not too far off the mark as Chambers had a good look at that one.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually planned to do that, but it looks like to serve into the box, but it looks like it came off. It came off a little low from the serve into the box, right to the top of the box, and there was a steal player right there just to serve it into the goal.
I think everybody, including ourselves, expecting a ball into the box to those big targets, and a little trickery and clever play from Bethlehem Steel. Ugarte, a hard challenge, comes away with it to Forbes. Dos Santos. Canardo Forbes in behind the defense. Has to spin away and keep possession. Now Garzi to Farrell. Outside to Toch, again showing that versatility. He's played all over the field for Bob Lilly in his first 2 years as a Rhino. Has the ball now. There's Garzi.
So it looks like the Rhinos now is settling down, passing the ball around, knocking it around, and playing to feet and playing to man, and not putting the ball in the air, which is what they have to do to be successful within this game, is to play to feet, not in the air, but play to feet to the players.
10th minute, first bit of possession here from the Rhinos. Ugarte's pass is knocked away. Garzi Becker with some space, looks, delivers into the box, a swerving ball. But Badir, the 24-year-old, no trouble there for the former Colorado Springs goalkeeper.
Yeah, that was a great possession by the Rhinos there, keeping the ball for at least 2.5 minutes there. Just knocking it around, finding the spaces, and get a great serve into the box for possible scoring opportunity there.
This one's played back now to Daly. Out of the near side for Richter. Lucchini. Looking for Kone, gets away from him. Get into the game through USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. That's the USL and the social media channels. Jones with the interception. Knocks away one challenge, and Toch and the Rhinos come away with it. Apostolopoulos. Canardo Forbes. Becker. 23-year-old from the University of Maryland at Baltimore. Now Turgu, a late signing for the Rhinos. Works with Toch. Farrell. Turgu looking to see more of the ball. Very technical, a crafty player. Let's see if he can create some magic from that center midfield position. Dos Santos flicks it up in the air for Ugarte. And the shove caught there by the official, Brandon Artis. And the Rhinos will have a restart. 25, 26 yards away from goal.
And the Rhinos is playing some great soccer here. I mean, I just like the way they're keeping possession of the ball, spreading the field around, playing from each side of the field. And then looking for Dos Santos in the middle because he's just as big as these guys, trying to find him so he can lay it off to a uncommon midfielder.
Becker serves a great left-footed ball. There's another one into the box. The shot at a goal! Put home nicely by Joseph Farrell, who gets his second of the season. And what a good ball there from Becker.
That was a great ball from Becker, serving in the box. I mean, the Steelers had two just in the same position like that one. And here it is. I mean, it's served right. I mean, it's very well placed ball. And he just, I mean, composure and just lay it into the back of the net. I mean, the Steelers had two positions just like that one. Never capitalized on it, and Rhinos had one, and very well done. Very well capitalized on that one.
Neatly tucked away there by Joseph Farrell. The 22-year-old gets his second goal of the season. And for Becker, his first points as a professional on the assist. That goal comes in the 13th minute. And the Rhinos were getting a little more possession and leading to that restart and the finish from Farrell.
Right. I mean, and all that, this goal came from the possession that the Rhinos decided to keep the ball, play the feet, play from side to side, and they get an opportunity right at the top of the box to serve such a ball in.
Now Bethlehem Steel coming forward. Put into the 18. Grinwis is quick off his line to pounce on that one.
You know, and as I mentioned earlier too, I mean, as I said, I think this game is going to come down to the set plays and, you know, corner kicks and the free kicks. And there we have one goal already off of a set play.
Lucchini, cross is deflected. Grinwis quickly gets there to keep it in play. We're in the 15th minute, and the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead, 3-0-1 at home, 1-2-1 away from home. This is the first ever meeting for Rochester and Bethlehem. As we'll see how the MLS affiliate responds to giving up this early goal in Rochester. There's Richter. Kone heads it down, but it's to the foot of Canardo Forbes. Garzi picked up by Forbes. Turgu looking to get it outside to James, deflected. Loose ball in the box and cleared away luckily for the Bethlehem defense.
Yeah, that was very close. I mean, the center went up with the keeper and actually get a head on it. And luckily for the steal, they had two defenders covering that goal.
Here's Richter. Ugarte pokes it away. Dos Santos turns. Still Dos Santos on the right foot. He's taken down from behind, and an easy foul there for Akinyode.
Yeah, and here we go again, right at the top of the box. Another free kick, another set play, and this could be dangerous.
Look at that last giveaway there where Forbes and the Rhinos, Turgu looking for an opportunity, and Badir makes a meal of this one. Luckily for Bethlehem, the defense there to back him up. Now, this is about 5 yards closer than that 13th minute free kick.
Right.
So you could have a good look at goal here for Forbes or Toch.
Yeah, but a little 5 years closer and a little bit more into the middle. So this could be a direct to goal, which I'm thinking is going to happen here.
5 in the wall. Forbes, Toch, wait for the whistle. Touched. Shot. Right at the keeper, rebound, and Badir pounces on it.
Yeah, it was very well played, very well set. The keeper covered it up.
Good win there by Apostolopoulos, a powerful header. And Farrell, the goal scorer, with some time. Is it central for Vasily Apostolopoulos? Now outside to Farrell. Santos flicks it into space, looking for Forbes, but headed away. Now Jones comes away with it. Jones, Lucchini. Double team, tripped up, and whistle blows as Becker and Ugarte combine. Not sure who's going to get nailed for that call, but a restart coming up here for Bethlehem, and we'll see if they go into the box this time.
Yeah, we'll see if they go into the box. Again, this is right at the top of the box, to the outside right of the box, and similar to what the Rhinos score on. So let me see if they actually put this in the air into the box.
Chambers, the 29-year-old from Ireland, his 9th appearance of the season. Coming over after playing for St. Patrick's in Ireland. He was the player of the season in 2015 for St. Pat's. There's his delivery. Low one, and Apostolopoulos will clear it, and leading to a corner kick, first one of the game in the 18th minute. And it is in favor of Bethlehem Steel. Will be in action next Sunday, June the 5th, when they host New York Red Bulls 2 at Goodman Stadium. Chambers to do the honors again. On the near side. Chips one into the box. Through the crowd. Top of the 18. Lucchini left-footed offering. Through the mix. Richter. And denied there by Grinwis. Flag stayed down and an opportunity for the visitors.
Yes. That was a great opportunity there by the visitors. But Grinwis came out beautifully and covered that shot up.
He wasn't waiting for a whistle or a flag there. He was ready to play.
Yes. That's. I mean, as a goalkeeper too. I mean, the ball is in your 6-yard box. I mean, you have to make that step out to close that down, and he did a great job of doing that.
Good job by the 24-year-old Grinwis with a 0.83 goals against average. And here is that dashing, that darting off the line by Grinwis.
Yes, and he came out beautiful. He saw it. Right, I mean, as soon as the attacking player turned, he was right there.
Closer look at that one as well. He made himself big, denying any space at all. Great play. Farrell and the Rhinos looking to get possession back with Apostolopoulos. Goes outside. It's Trusty there by himself. Now Daly. He'll go long out of the far side. Bethlehem Steel looking for some opportunities here. It was GC who couldn't get through the defense, and it's played all the way back to Badir. Badir also played with Oklahoma in the USL back in 2014. And previously was in the Egyptian Premier League. Good header to clear it away by Farrell. He's been good at both ends early on. Here's Richter. Kept alive there by James. Richter. Chambers. James, the run of play to the far side. Daly. Trusty. Now Daly again. Jones. Richter, a little possession here from Bethlehem. I want to call them Philadelphia for some reason. I don't know why. I just see Union all over this team, obviously, for good reason.
Yep.
The Philadelphia Union, by the way, tonight at Colorado against the stingy Rapids defense, only 9 goals against. And the big boys, Philadelphia 2-2 Wednesday in Orlando. And USL Rookie of the Year finalist Ken Trebet had his first goal, helping the Union earn that draw and go up to 5-3-4, 19 points. First place in the Eastern Conference. Good move on the far side into the box. Little shove from behind, and there's the whistle. The PK issued in the 22nd minute as a good dashing run forward there by GC. And he wins a PK call here for the visitors in minute number 22.
Yes, that, I mean, if you look at it here, I mean, he actually beat the player. He was in front of the player with the ball, and the player pushed him from the behind, which caused a PK. But but leading up to this possession, to this PK, I just noticed that the Steels was doing just what Rhinos was just doing, possessing the ball and knocking the ball and spreading the field out instead of just hitting it in the air. They're actually holding the ball and spreading it out and playing some possession to get that true ball to create something like what's happening here now.
Well, GC, the former member of the New England Revolution Academy, showing a good bit of skill there, pushing it one way, going the other, really forcing Toch to get that arm in from behind, and a clear foul, which leads to this PK for the visitors, is GC, the 19-year-old from Liberia, still down. And we'll see if he can return. He's getting looked at by the trainer. Richter has the ball in his hand, looking like he's ready to take the PK. He's got 1 goal on the season.
I'm wondering, in a situation like this, who's at the advantage here? Is it the keeper or is it the player? Because the player stopped, everybody's standing around waiting for the referee, waiting for the player to come off the field. So who's have the advantage? Is it the,
Sunlight right in Grinwiss's eyes. It's Richter on the spot. Referee clears the 18. 23rd minute. Rhinos lead 1-0. Bethlehem looking to get level. Richter from 12 yards away. Whistle. Winds. Fires. Goal. We're tied at 1 in the 24th minute on the Richter PK, his second of the season.
It was a great PK. I mean, he happened to have Greenwich was going the wrong way, guessing to his left, and the ball went to his right, and very good PK.
As you look at it, calm and cool, slots it to the opposite side. And it is 1-1 now in the 24th. It's been a spell of possession for Rochester, leading to a chance and a goal. Like you just said, now it flips,
yep.
And it goes the other way for Bethlehem.
Right. So, and I think the again, the weather could be playing a factor in this too. I mean, but I think that the key is to possess the ball and wait for the opportunity to go forward to goal. And I think the Rhinos probably recognize this and see this, and they started to play this way right now.
1-1 in the 25th minute. Richter for Bethlehem on the PK. Farrell in the 13th minute for Rochester on the free kick. Set pieces the difference.
Yes.
There's Farrell. Outside to Toch. Marked by GC. Good ball into space. Dos Santos and the youngster Trusty. Good bit of defending there. There's GC again. Gets it on the far side from Jones. GC again turning the corner. And Farrell this time slams the door shut. He has been a handful tonight for Toch and Farrell.
Yeah, he has been. And he get by both defender there, but a third defender came and poked it out of bounds. But yeah, he's been a terror on that left side.
Thrown in to GC. It's Jones, I'm sorry. Double teamed, goes down, gets up. Knocked away by Toch. Another throw in for Bethlehem Steel. 9 goals scored, 10 now. 13 given up coming into the game. Up to 14 now. There's Riel spinning away, getting it back to GC into the box. Popped straight up in the air by Apostolopoulos. Still a loose ball. And Garcia, good hard challenge. Counterattack opportunity here. Dos Santos will get it, but he's still marked on this near side. That'll go off of Daly. And no, they'll say Dos Santos last to touch it. Throw in for Bethlehem.
Yeah, it looks like it came off of Daly. Not Dos Santos, but I guess the referee's in a better position.
Straight up in the air. Garzi times the header well. See if someone can put it down on the turf. And a big elbow to the face. It's Chambers who gets Garzi square on the nose. And he'll have a little word with the official.
Yeah, but was that intentional?
He'll get a
He got
yellow
a yellow card, yeah. I mean, he went up. I mean, the elbows went out and actually caught him. There it is. And actually caught him. Yeah. He got him there. He got him pretty good on that one. So
good look at the replay. Thanks to Dennis running the show tonight for all these good looks we've had so far in the first 27 minutes. It's Chambers in the book in the 27th minute. First yellow card of the game. Ugarte looking for some movement off the ball. Didn't get it. Apostolopoulos neatly heads it to his right where Farrell will find Toch. Back to Vasily. Now Becker. Forbes with a little bit of space. Touches it forward to Ugarte. Good cross behind Dos Santos. Giving Trusty a chance to clear. Knocked downfield by Bethlehem Steel. Garzi, good job to bring that one down. Farrell. There has been talk of a possibility of hydration breaks again in the 30th and the 75th minute. We are now in minute number 28. If that should take place, it'll be a 3-minute stoppage for the hydration break. Stay tuned to that as the fourth official will determine if that is needed. Here's Ugarte, and the flag comes up to Santos way in behind the Bethlehem defense.
Yeah, he was way offside on that one. I mean, he didn't time his run enough. I mean, even before the ball was played to him, he was already in offside position.
There's Trusty. Richter, the goal scorer for the visitors. And away by Apostolopoulos. Ugarte, a 23-year-old. Played semi-professional in Peru. Gets it to Turgu. Good awareness. Dos Santos way offsides. Turgu took his head up and didn't play it.
Yes, that was a great awareness on his part because Dos Santos was already in the offside position again. He saw that. He held the ball. It was.
And you can see once Turgu gave the ball up, he kind of signaled to Dos Santos to move back around, loop around, come back into an onside position. And Ugarte off the hand. And that'll be a free kick coming up for Bethlehem Steel. Yeah. Well, the Rhinos will shift gears on Wednesday, June the 1st. They'll take on the Yonkers-based club Lansdowne Boys, who upset the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And that will lead to a possible matchup with the New York Red Bulls for the winner of that game. That's this Wednesday, 7 p.m. right here at Rhino Stadium. It's third round of the U.S. Open Cup, which saw Sporting KC beat Philadelphia last season in sudden death PKs to win the 2015 Open Cup title. And two former Rhino goalkeepers featured in that one, Tim Melia and John McCarthy, who's actually played 8 games this season for Bethlehem Steel. So U.S. Open Cup action on Wednesday here in Rochester with a chance to face Major League Soccer's New York Red Bulls. A little miscommunication on the field as Garzi goes down and Ugarte couldn't get to that one. And this is the 30th minute, Darrell, which will bring us to the hydration break. It's a USL mandate. Anything with a temperature above 82 degrees or higher, fourth official responsible for reading the temperature. And he decided that we will take a 3-minute break for the players' health and safety as they can hydrate and then come on to continue this first half. This time, this 3 minutes will be added to stoppage time. So, Darrell, it's 1-1, 30 minutes in. Rhinos with a goal in the 13th minute, while Bethlehem gets one in the 24th minute. And the possession has been an interesting piece of this game as we look at that goal in the 13th minute from Farrell off the free kick from Becker, who serves a good ball in.
It was a great ball served in over the defender, and I mean he just composure. He didn't wolf on the ball. His composure is placed at the right past the goalkeeper, which was very well done.
Beautiful inside of the foot, tucked it to the far side, and that's a defender who normally maybe would take a more powerful poke at it.
Right, powerful poke or powerful wolf at the ball, because that's what defenders does. They want to clear that ball out, so they want to get it as far away from their goal as possible. But he kept his composure well and just placed in the back of the net past the goalkeeper.
That was in the 13th minute. Then in the 24th minute, Richter awarded the PK opportunity, and he makes no mistake, his second of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very well placed PK. I mean, Greenwich, as a goalkeeper, you want to, you're at a disadvantage. You want to guess to see which way the defender is going to, the kicker is going to go, and Greenwich guessed the wrong way, and it was very well placed past him.
So the hydration break is over. We will resume in the 33rd, 34th minute. We'll see when the whistle officially blows. But players have had a chance to get hydrated, and it'll start with Bethlehem Steel putting this one back into play. We are tied at 1, and in my 20 years of doing this, I think this could be my first hydration break.
Well, Joe, I mean, I'm smiling here. This is my first ever hydration break or water break, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever seen in a soccer game. Which they're saying is for the safety of the players, which I can understand.
I've seen it in the World Cup. I've seen it in other matches, but for me personally, games I've broadcast, never had the honor, the luxury. There's Trusty on the far side. Action is underway again. A low ball forward, GC. A little heavy touch there. Takes down Garzi, who's really taken a tough couple of knocks here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean he's been in a couple of those battles with these big players, and he's playing well. He's fighting.
Garzi, 25 years old, former captain at Colgate University from New Milford, Connecticut. Patrolling the middle of the park, has the ball now. There's Toch. Farrell. Now, a 3-minute stoppage, 30 minutes into the game. You wonder if you're kind of into a groove, into a rhythm, how that affects you. Is it hard to get back up into that mode again?
Yeah, I mean it could because I mean you're in this zone as a player, and if you stop, I mean, as these players know, I mean they stop one at halftime, and then you recover, you get hydrated then. But to stop in the middle of the game like this, for some players, maybe some players it's no problem, but maybe for some players it may take them a little while to get back into the groove.
Just not a natural stopping point in the game of soccer, but again, as Darrell mentioned, very good choice for the safety of all players concerned. And we've got a tight one here at Rhino Stadium, even at 1 in the first ever matchup between these two teams. This one's out of play on the near side. Becker put this one back into play. Outstanding senior season at UMBC. A Cinderella run through the NCAA Division I tournament, seeing his college side, University of Maryland at Baltimore, reach the Final Four. Outstanding run. And now playing here on the professional level. Dos Santos coming from an offside position. Just a little late getting back in the 36th minute.
Yeah, I wonder if the temperature, the weather is taking a toll on Dos Santos because he's not getting back into position quick enough. I mean, he's been getting caught in the offside positions a lot.
Well, the way I'm feeling, we need a hydration break up here. At least I do. You're still in playing shape. I'm not. Next hydration break, we'll take a break as well. 36th minute. I hope you're enjoying our coverage from Rhino Stadium. I'm Joe Giuliano with former Rhino Darryl Stewart. We are tied at 1. The Rhinos and Bethlehem Steel, the affiliate of the Philadelphia Union. Good swerving ball into the box. Headed away by Farrell. Richter beat to the ball there by Ugarte. Pushes it to the far side, but Riel, the academy player, the U.S. under-18 international as well. Another young player. He's committed to Wake Forest. Matthew Riel, number 54. Getting a chance here to play with the big boys. Becker. James. And that is definitely a foul from behind by GC. And Ryan James, that's one name we have not called very often this first half.
Yes, we haven't. And he's a very good player, too, but he just haven't seemed to be in much of the development of the players at all. But he's a very good player. I mean, he took a hit just now, a great hit just in the back, which could been a dangerous play for him, a dangerous foul for him.
He's up and okay. There's Chambers battling with Forbes. Canardo comes away with it. Dos Santos. Flag is up at the top of the 18 for offside. Now that one was close.
That one was a close one. I guess the side just had the advantage here, so he has in a better position. But I mean, it was close.
Darryl, you make the call. I don't know.
It was a close one. It was. If we look at it again, and it's when the ball was released. Where was he when the ball was released?
Well, Dos Santos denied his second of the season. Offsides or not, though, a great bit of work from Canardo Forbes against Chambers.
Yes, it was. I mean, to battle two defender and win the ball and then slot it to Dos Santos. That was a great piece of work there by Forbes.
Riel spins away from James. GC. Jones. Richter. Played central now. Quixote. To Trusty. He'll approach midfield, 39th minute. Matthew Riel. One of 3 academy players, along with the goalkeeper Verdi and Taylor Parks. Helping out the 33-year-old Brendan Burke, head coach for Bethlehem Steel FC, former assistant with the big club. And definitely a little tug there from Lucchini.
Yeah, definitely a little tug. It definitely was holding on his hand, trying to get the advantage in that play.
Lucchini, the 21-year-old, third appearance of the season out of Lehigh University. Called for that foul in the 40th minute. Quick look at the fans who not too happy with some of the challenges and letting the officials know it.
They sure are making the officials know it, and they're voicing their opinion here.
And I'm sure that's stuff you never heard when you were playing, just kind of focused on the game.
You just focus on the game as a player. That's all you have to do, focus on the game.
James taken away there by Quixote. Jones. Up and over GC. Jones a little too heavy on the touch. The 19-year-old, the first ever player signed by Bethlehem Steel. Coming up from the Union Academy. Turgu. Trying to get it outside there. The Southern New Hampshire product, Turgu, able to keep possession for the Rhinos. As we're in minute number 41 on a very warm and muggy Saturday in Rochester, 88 degrees with the humidity up in around 90 degrees. One hydration break already taken. Another one planned for the 75th minute. Stay tuned. Becker. Apostolopoulos. Farrell. Back to Apostolopoulos. Apostolopoulos worked his way up through the Greek Super Leagues. Now here, making a home in Rochester. Dos Santos. Earlier goal called back for offside. Toch. Pressured by GC. Has to go back to Canardo Forbes. Spell of possession here from Rochester. Garzi to Ugarte. Dos Santos. Poked away. And picked up again by Dos Santos. And that's a hard tackle from Akinyode, and he doesn't like the call, but the Rhinos will take a good look at goal on this restart.
Yes, this is a infraction right at the top of the box again. It was a great call by the referee because it definitely was from behind. I mean, Dos Santos obviously was in front of him, and he played him from the back. And,
no card issued. Only one card so far in the 27th minute. That went to Chambers for his arm to the face of Garzi. And the Rhinos will have a restart. Becker served a beautiful one in the 13th minute. We'll see if he can set the table once again. There's the whistle, 4 in the wall. Good swerving ball through the crowd, and Forbes may have got his head on it, and it probably helped the Bethlehem defense because someone else was in behind him.
yes, I mean, that was a great ball. I mean, it was Forbes, and there was I'm not even sure who's the other I'm not even sure who was the other player behind Forbes was.
It could have been Farrell once again,
yes,
believe it or not.
Yes, because, I mean, if that ball didn't deflect from Forbes, that could be goal number 2 for the Rhinos. So very, very well placed ball into the box.
2 goals off of set pieces in the first half, almost 3. Chambers. Jones. Kone taken down. Bethlehem Steel will have this one to put back into play. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. It'll be Chambers. Gets the final look at this one. 2-man wall for Adam Grinwis and the Rhinos.
Here we go. Is another set play.
Driven. Put back at the 6. Looking for a handball, and the referee blows the whistle.
Yeah, it was very, very well played. Free kick right to a Steve player. I'm not sure who the player was, and tried to just tap it back into the 6-yard box for an oncoming player. But the Rhino break that up.
And Bethlehem Steel on these restarts, they seem to like those driven balls, not too many lobbing balls where the defense can really set up.
Yeah, and I noticed that too. I mean, with the size, it was the size of the players. You would expect they will put it over so the players can get up, but a lot of their balls is actually driven balls.
On a play, throwing here for the Rhinos, 45th minute. Again, we had the 3 minutes for the hydration break. That'll be added, plus whatever else the official sees fit. So plenty of time for Toch to serve one into the box. And this time, Badir makes no mistake with Dos Santos knocking on the door.
Yeah, that was a great came out by the Badir, the Steeler Bethlehem keeper, to pick that up off the air. Because the Santos was right there to put it in.
Long ball. Apostolopoulos will run it on the near side. Back to Dos Santos. Richter wins it. Brendan Burke really not happy with the officials right now. And there is 3 minutes of stoppage time from the hydration break.
Yeah, it looks like they just added back the 3 minutes that they give to the players to rest for the hydration break.
Turgu. Really haven't had a chance to see his flashy footwork yet. It's been a lot of tight space for both sides to work with. Toch. Pastalopoulos, possession in their own half for the Rhinos. We'll be visiting Montreal next Saturday at the Claude Robillard Sports Complex. Long ball for Toch, headed away by Real. It's refurbished, by the way. Not like when we were there in 96, 97.
Yep.
A very unfriendly place for the Rhinos.
Yes, it was a very unfriendly place. A great place for soccer, but it was a rivalry against the Rhinos and Montreal. It's one of those things that you love to play in, but you don't like to play in. You know, it's a love-hate, you know.
You know, at that stage, I was a sideline reporter for, I believe it was Sports Channel or MSG Network, and you could feel the intensity just in the sideline. I couldn't imagine being on the pitch, actually, between those two teams. It was something special.
Yes, it was.
So we're in first half stoppage time. The Rhinos and Bethlehem Steel are level at 1. Pastalopoulos to Farrell. Pops it up over midfield. Turgu. Let's get the head on it, but Chambers will knock it all the way back to Grinwis, a former University of Michigan goalkeeper. Be one more push here in first half stoppage time. Oh, good little shift of the hips there by Forbes. Pass, though, was intercepted by Trusty. And Badir. Give it up at midfield. Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. It's USLsoccer.com. Real knocks it out of play. Throw one for Toch. Ninth appearance of the season. With a 6'2", 185 utility man for Rochester. Again, Bethlehem taking no chances here. They cleared up to the top rows of the far side.
And Bethlehem just want to take this one into the second half for halftime.
And that'll bring half number 1 to a close. 2 goals, a hydration break, a card. Substitutions for each side are allowed. And again, with the heat index at 90 degrees, I'm sure all 5 will be seriously considered tonight as we are underway with second half action. The Rhinos have the kickoff, and it's Becker to Apostolopoulos. Farrell whips it down the near side looking for James. James and Real battle for it. Goal kick coming up here for Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, I think they tried to send James one-on-one down the sideline. But again, if we can go back to, instead of sending him, just see if we can play it, through balls to him. He can get it at his feet instead of challenging for the ball like that.
It'll be Badir to put this one back into play. Up and over midfield. Over GC, and he and Turgu take a look and back into action. Toch to James. GC call for the foul. Free kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Farrell set to take it. I know it's going to be Toch instead now for the Rhinos, who have 14 points on the season in the Eastern Conference. It is Louisville at the top with 21 points, but they've also played 10 games in comparison to Rochester's 8. Bethlehem just 2 points behind the Rhinos, so a big one here tonight. Could be a little swing one way or another between these two teams. 3 big points on the line. This is one of 8 games tonight in the USL. This is the early one. As there's 2 kicking off at 7, 2 more at 7:30, at 10, and then 2 more at 10:30 tonight. And always a interesting time of year with the U.S. Open Cup 3rd round. There's all that talk about USL versus NASL, and some of the key games we'll see this week. Richmond will take on Fort Lauderdale from the NASL, Charleston against Jacksonville, Charlotte against Carolina, and then we talked about Rochester taking on the Yonkers-based club Lansdowne Boys. And a pretty interesting team there. Head coach is Austin Farrell. They've got a huge academy as well, affiliation with the Yonkers United Club, 24 teams there. A couple of former professionals too, Stephen Roach and Sean Kelly. So Wednesday night could be a tough one against Lansdowne Boys, who knocked out the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, it could be a tough one. It seems like they're packed, they're stacked with a lot of ex-professional guys who have actually have some experience playing at a higher level.
The coach was quoted as saying, Aaron Friel said, "We will respect any team, but we won't fear anyone." So we'll see what happens on Wednesday in that big matchup with a chance to meet the New York Red Bulls on June the 15th. Should the Rhinos win, it'll be right here at Rhino Stadium. Turgu went down on the challenge from Derek Jones. It'll be Garzi putting this one back into play. Great promotions for that one Wednesday on June the 1st. Contact rhinosoccer.com, call the office, and they're going to be taking care of the tickets for that one. Rhinos against Lansdowne Boys. Jones spinning, looking for options. Finds Akinyode. GC. Gets around Toch. Gets around Farrell. Still with it. Toch recovers nicely.
Yeah, it was
not really the cleanest of moves to get around those players.
No.
More physical than anything.
More physical, yeah, but he did well to get, if each player he went through, he got hit, and he still stays upright and actually get through to the box.
That is a 19-year-old in GC we're talking about, who easily could have been a member of the New England Revolution, and they could have sent him here to Rochester on loan had he not signed. So an interesting story there for Gabriel GC. I would have had no problem seeing him in a Rhinos uniform.
Yeah, no problem at all. I mean, he had some good skills, some foot skills. I mean, just from what he just did just now, I mean, he would be a welcome addition to the squad.
Would have been a homegrown player for the Revs. The Revs have sent a couple players on loan this season to Rochester. Smith, McCrary, and Gamble. Donnie Smith, Jordan McCrary, and Michael Gamble each have appeared in one game so far this season, but the Rhinos roster continues to grow as they've added a couple more in recent weeks. Turgu, Gilavodji, and Beresford, who have all officially joined the team. There's Garzi, middle of the park, spinning, looking for options. Outside to Ugarte. Ugarte to Turgu. Now Pastalopoulos. Forbes gets away from GC, and the whistle blows. Quick restart, and the referee says no, ball's got to stop.
Stop, yeah. The referee wanted the ball to be standing still before you make the restart here.
Pressure, and knocked out of play. Good pressure there coming.
And again, the Rhinos started to, I guess the Rhinos started to possess the ball a little bit like they did in the first half, right before they get that goal. And it seems like they want to get back into that mode.
Toach to Forbes. 52nd minute. Even at 1. Garzi spins away, and there's just 2 white jerseys there. Kone knocked off the ball. Toach will go outside to Becker. Crosses midfield. Ugarte. Apostolopoulos. Canardo Forbes. Garzi. Onto the near side looking for James. Broken up there by Real. Forbes to James. Toach. Subs available for the Rhinos. Backup keeper Tomas Gomez. Camden, Samuels, Gilavogi, Fortune, Valesky, and Asani Samuel. For Bethlehem, backup keeper Andrew Verdi. Also got Bibbs, McKenzie, Taylor Parks, Fred, Hurd, and Burke. No subs made yet by either side in the 53rd minute, but the Rhinos have everyone up and off the bench. Heat's starting to affect me here.
And it seemed like the Rhinos is getting Forbes and James and Turgu more involved in the play now. They're touching the ball more, moving the ball forward a little bit more, getting them involved in the play.
Called on Becker. Take a look at that replay as he challenged, I believe it was Lucchini. A little shove out of the way.
Yeah, I think it's a little shove, but I think I mean, that could have gone either way because, I mean, the player just leave the ball and went for the body instead of playing the ball. And he used his hand and pulled him. I kind of helped him along the side to make his momentum take him out. So that could have went either way, but the referee decided the pull is what he's going to call.
Bethlehem will have it put back into play by Badir. Gets a long ball downfield. Chambers flicks it on. GC, corner of the 18 on the near side. Cuts it to his right. Garzi knocks it away. Finds the foot of Toach. The lone striker is Dos Santos, bumped into by Trusty. And it'll be restart at midfield for the Rhinos.
Yeah, I mean, Dos Santos has been taking a beating in the air. Again, he's the big guy that the Rhinos have up front, and he's trying to win all the head balls. But we have, 4 towers back there, and they're just, putting the bodies on him every time he gets up there.
Dos Santos from Mindelo, Cape Verde. Played in Norway, Angola. Outstanding season, 8 goals last year. A goal and an assist in 4 games played coming into this one tonight. Looking for him now. Dos Santos running it down. Daly gets there first and able to clear it away for the visitors. There's Becker. Forbes. Little pocket of space to turn. Good ball for James, but it won't have enough of an angle on it.
That's a great ball. Great turn by Forbes. Looking for James. I mean, again, James is starting to get more involved in the play, in the attacking plays. But I mean, there was 2 defenders just in his way just to cut him off from that ball.
Farrell, nice off the chest. He's got some good composure. Calm and cool on that strike in the 13th minute. That time a punt right off the chest, and good-looking young player, the 22-year-old Farrell. Dos Santos this time, top of the 18. The flag comes up. A late offside flag is called, and the fans not happy with that one.
Fans not happy at all. I mean, it was a late call. I guess the line judge was waiting to see if he get possession of the ball or not before he raised his flag. But in a situation like that, I mean, yeah, I think you should just put it up, you see, because he's making that run to the ball.
Bethlehem still has taken players up and off the bench to get warmed up. Rochester as well. Bob Lilly speaking with what appears to be our first sub. We'll get that to you momentarily. Be sure to get into the game through USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. That's the USL's social media channels. And we're in the 57th minute with a corner kick for Chambers and Bethlehem Steel.
I mean, this is not a set play going to Bethlehem. Again, there's big guys in the middle here, sending everyone up, sending everyone into the box.
Chambers getting everyone set up. Everyone deep inside the 6. See what the set piece is here. Another driven ball, and it's behind everybody.
Yeah,
not sure about that one.
Yeah, don't understand.
Back outside to Chambers. Maybe a little too unselfish there. Into the mix, the header, and they find the back of the net. It's Michael Daly who really responds to a high ball into the box. We've talked about that, and they did it, and they find the back of the net in the 58th minute.
Yep, 58th minute. I mean, from the corner, I was looking at why they're not sending it in the air from the corner kick, but here from a recovery from the corner kick, went back outside and put it in the air. And I mean, again, these guys are much bigger and taller than the Rhinos, and putting the balls in the air every time can be dangerous.
Daly's first goal of the year in the 58th minute. And the Rhinos will go to the bench immediately and bring on Christian Voleski to replace Sofian Turgu. And this change coming up in the 58th minute after the goal from Daly. We'll get the assist for you. I thought Akinyode maybe could have pulled the trigger from just outside the 18, but decided to go with the shot instead.
Yep, I mean he had the area, the space to do that, and decided to dump it in.
First change of the game. Voleski comes on. 3 goals, 1 assist, leading the way for Rochester this season, his 9th appearance of the year. This is Toch up and over his head. Chambers gets the assist. Here's James. Double team on their side. Good ball. Dos Santos whips it to the top of the 18. Forbes. And Voleski is there, but Badir, he is quick off his line to deny the opportunity.
Yeah, that was a great run by the Santos to get into open space from a ball from James. And unfortunately, I mean, that ball was just miscued there. Great opportunity for the Rhinos. And again, this is what they need to do. They need to possess the ball and make those spaces, create those spaces for the great opportunities, for scoring opportunities.
Lucchini looking for that on the far side. Becker wins it. Chambers getting credit for that assist in the 58th minute, his first point of the season. Daly, his first goal of the year for the 28-year-old. Played with Sacramento. Now here with Bethlehem. Throw in for Richter on the far side, 61st minute. Driven on the long throw into the box. GC goes for the volley, doesn't get all of it. Toch clears it forward. Voleski now playing up top with Dos Santos. A double strike force for the Rhinos. And Trustee, those young legs able to run this one down. It's Riel able to keep that one in play. Back to Trustee. Now Badir. Delivers a very long punt and kick off the ground once again. Put it deep into the Rhinos' half. Pastalopoulos gets there before Kone. And this will be cleared onto the near side. More changes on the way for Rochester. They'll make a double here in a moment. Throwing on the near side for Real. And with this stoppage, we will have 2 more substitutions. Dominic Samuel will be coming on, along with Bradley Camden. So James will be coming out. No, he'll stay on. Camden will replace Becker. And Dominic Samuel will replace Toch. These two changes in the 62nd minute, so that's 3 out of 5 for Rochester as Becker and Toch have their night come to an end. Headed away by Farrell. James looking for Forbes, but knocked away by Jones. And throw in here for the Rhinos. Camden's 7th appearance of the season. Dominic Samuel, his 9th appearance of the year. So 3 changes made early here in this half for the Rhinos, who trail 2-1. Farrell knocks it there off of Kone. Goal kick coming up for the Rhinos. And we talked about this amazing streak. Rochester looking to extend their 24-game unbeaten streak at home. That is in jeopardy here tonight.
That is sure in jeopardy tonight. Hopefully the Rhinos have another win to bring this back.
Player is down in the field. Excuse me, Daryl. It's Matthew Riel, who's right in front of his own bench. Referee letting play go on here. Referee takes a look and now will blow the whistle for the foul and also allow Matthew Riel to receive some treatment. And we have a break. Let's mention that Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. So it's Matthew Riel who is down, the under-18 U.S. international. Let's go back to the 58th minute, Daryl, where Daly picked up his first goal of the season. And a little spin move here. And Akinyode right here. I thought maybe he would have a shot, but very unselfish.
Very unselfish to put it out. Chambers. Because you see that Chambers was open and unmarked, and to take a shot from that position. I mean, there was a crowd of defenders in front of him, and very well to put it out and just put it back into the middle, and it was an easy opportunity for the Bethlehem to score that off of the header.
And Chambers all night had been serving those driven balls. That time more of a lobbing ball.
Right.
Gave Daly a chance to get in there.
Right.
And the big target able to finish that one.
Right. I mean, even off the corner kick that goal result from. I mean, they have the big guys instead of and they're driving the ball into the box instead of putting it over. I mean, that's it's good for the Rhinos that they're doing that, but they're not playing it to their advantage.
So Bethlehem will go with 10 while Riel gets looked at by the trainer. It's Garzi and the Rhinos with possession. Dominic Samuel, his first touch. Another Southern New Hampshire University product. Riel is back on the field. We're even at 11. Garzi and the Rhinos trailing 2-1. 65th minute. Apostolopoulos. Camden. Camden turns on the Jets. Gets some space on the far side. Crosses, and Badir at his near post able to pick that one up.
Yeah, Camden attack that line, attack that side, and put it in. I mean, he got that step on the defender and put it across it, but the keeper was there to pick it up.
Camden selected by the Colorado Rapids in the 2016 MLS Super Draft. That was the 58th overall pick. And Apostolopoulos is beside himself. Can't believe he's been called for that foul.
Yeah, he's upset on that call because he thought he didn't actually touch the player, and the player went down because he went up to lose his foot in from trying to head the ball.
Well, here's the luxury we have: the replay.
Yeah, and here we go. He actually didn't touch the player, but just because he lose his foot in, and the player just went down, and the ref called it.
No way.
That was good acting there, I must say.
And it wins a dangerous restart as Richter, hard tackle from Camden. Corner kick coming up here for Bethlehem Steel.
All right, this one also could be dangerous for the Rhinos. I mean, if they lob it in, because they have these tall players, it could be a dangerous situation here instead of driving the ball into the box.
It's Chambers who had the assist on Daly's goal. Another driven ball whipped into the box, headed away GC. Or it's Jones, I'm sorry. He's denied by Camden. Dos Santos. Intercepted by Richter. Dos Santos just hasn't had a chance to explode and stretch those legs out into space. It's been very tight tonight.
Yes, I mean he is. I mean they keep him really in a tight situation, tight spaces. Not to let him do or get anything at all easily.
GC all over Dominic Samuel. And he'll be coming out on a throw-in for Bethlehem Steel. And Real over to take it. Again, the Rhinos have made 3 substitutions. Bethlehem yet to go to the bench. Jones. Forbes takes it away. Looking for Voleski. He's got some speed. Real's there with Trusty. The flag goes up, and they're going to call Voleski for the foul. And I don't know. What did you see there?
I think they called it for handball. The ball.
Okay.
Yeah, the ball touched his hand, or he actually hit the ball with his hand to give him that advantage. Here we look at it here. The ball sent over by Forbes. And Voleski actually...
and for his efforts and troubles, Voleski will also get a card. First yellow card issued to Rochester in the 69th minute. It's Voleski into the book, I'm sure for dissent.
Yep.
Well, Bethlehem Steel will take their time on the restarts, eat away at the clock. And we'll see if Brandon Artis will push them along here as we approach the later minutes of the second half. James. No one on the near side. It's Trusty. Daly with the go-ahead goal. Knocks a long ball forward, looking for GC. Off of Farrell's head. Quickly there to help out is Grinwis.
Yeah, that's a great come by Grinwis there. I mean, his defender was in danger, and he came right out just to pick that ball up. That was a great anticipation by him.
Samuel. Garzi. GC comes away with it. Long shot off of Farrell. GC is a handful.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's fighting. He's getting into the path of the passes from the Rhinos. He's creating havoc back there.
I'm going to have a word with our friends in New England about this one. Good ball on that near side for James. Hustles to keep it in play. Cross is deflected. And no chances taken there by the Bethlehem defense.
Yeah, they're playing safe now. They're getting it, and they're getting it right out and sending it out long.
Forbes, center circle, looking for options, spinning away. Goes short to Apostolopoulos. Now Camden gets away from 2. Top of the 18, the little toe poke. And Chambers comes away with it.
Yeah, I think that Camden is trying to make something happen now. He's taking on he's playing left back, but he's taking on the defenders on the top of the box and actually creating some opportunities up front.
Chambers out of the near sideline. Real. Chambers back to Real. James and Real battle. This one never went out of play, but the referee's assistant had a good look at that, saw it otherwise. And we'll have a change here for both sides. Actually, a couple of changes. As we get that pencil sharpened, and we'll see if they're ready to come on. In the 72nd minute, Asani Samuels will be coming on for Marcos Ugarte. So Ugarte comes off, Samuels comes on, and Michel Gilavogi will replace Ryan James. And these changes again in the 72nd minute. Those are changes 4 and 5 for the Rhinos. First change of the game also coming up for Bethlehem Steel, as Burke will be coming on, number 41, the 24-year-old, in the 72nd minute as well. And he'll replace number 36, Sekou Kone.
Yeah, the Rhinos bringing all these substitution. I think he's Lilly's actually looking for some fresh legs, just because of this.
Gilavogi's in. A little too much on the touch, serving it all the way to the far side.
And that's exactly, I think, what the coach is looking for. For these guys to come off the bench, they're fresh, they're not as tired or exhausted as the other players, and to exploit that. And that was just an opportunity just now to prove what he wanted them to do.
Fresh legs of Gilavogi almost making an immediate impact, and there'll be another yellow card issued for delay of game in the 73rd minute. That goes to the captain, Richter. Loose ball, Chambers hustles down, and Farrell will have to nudge him off the play. And there'll be a restart here for Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great for Farrell coming out and stopping that play, because that could have been a dangerous situation. That could have been a breakaway onto the Rhinos' goal.
Daly sets up the restart just in his own half. GC deflected. Looking for GC again was Burke. But Garzi comes away with it. And Sonny Samuels is thrown to the turf by Burke.
Yeah, that was one of those play that the Steel defender decided that he's not going to go into my half with this ball.
It's Burke, who's on loan from Rivoli United in the Red Stripe Premier League in Jamaica. Immediate contribution with the hard challenge. And all the way back to Grinwis, the Rhinos in the 75th minute, trailing 2-1. Undefeated streak, 24 at home. On the line here tonight. Gilavogi. Muriel. Gilavogi, good work, gets away. Jersey tug. How is that not a call? How is that not a call? He's 5 feet away. And normally I don't like to be so critical, but that is blatant.
That is blatant, and I mean, not only is that the referee was 5 feet away, the linesman was even closer, and he has a better view of that. And still, no flag went up, no calls, no whistle blown. Not sure what the ref and the linesman were looking at on that one.
And Bob Lilly giving it to the fourth official, and rightfully so. Pastalopoulos and the Rhinos pushing it into the Bethlehem half of the field. Camden. Stopped there by Richter. Going for the Rhinos. Camden on the flank. Cuts it back to his left. Good ball into the box. Valesky's header punched away by Badir. Camden has been very effective down that left flank.
Yes, he has. He's attacking that flank and getting out those crosses into the middle.
Chance for Bethlehem to counter. Burke going outside now. Jones, low cross. Burke shot up and over the frame. That could have been the finishing touches there.
That could have been it. That could have been a finishing touch. Just a little bit too heavy on the touch. It was a great counter attack by by Bethlehem, but unfortunately that ball went over the crossbar.
Second change in the 76th minute coming up here for Bethlehem, as it's going to be Hurd coming on. Joshua Hurd replacing Lucchini. Hurd's 21 years old. Actually selected by the Vancouver Whitecaps with the 71st overall pick in the 2016 draft of the University of Washington. And with this stoppage, we do get our 3-minute hydration break just to refresh your memory. Anything that's 82 degrees or higher, the fourth official has the discretion to make the call. And this is our second hydration break. It is a 3-minute break. We held the first one in the 30th minute, this one in the 75th. And this time will be added to stoppage time, with Bethlehem leading this one 2-1. And they got the go-ahead goal in the 58th minute. We'll take a look at it here from Daly. And it was Chambers who set the table for Daly.
Yeah, it was a great turn right here. I mean, this came off of a corner kick, and he has the shot right here to put it in, but he decided to put it out. It was a very good, great decision. And again, these guys are big guys, put it in the air, and it was an easy header into the back of the net.
And you and I talked about, the type of cross that they were putting into the box. Low and driven weren't very effective. This is the one and only kind of lofting ball we've seen.
All right.
And it's been effective, giving the space and time.
Exactly. I mean, if you put it, the driven ball, I can see what they're trying to do with the driven ball. If you drive the ball into the box, they're looking for just a deflection, and that deflection can be into the back of the net. But I think by driving it like that, you're giving the Rhinos the opportunity to get to the ball. But if you put it into the ear, because they're so big, they can get that height advantage to get to the ball first.
This is a huge team. I mean, like you said at the beginning of the game, usually you see the big guys in the back, and it gets smaller as they go on, but not this team. It's height all over the pitch. All right, hydration break is over. Thanks to Dennis and Rachel in the trailer tonight. Just excellent replay looks. A smooth evening by our entire production crew. Dave, Lee, Gus on cameras. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Daryl Stewart. Hope you're enjoying this warm and muggy evening of soccer in Rochester, with Bethlehem leading 2-1. And if you want to keep up to date with all the USL action, visit uslsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. It's uslsoccer.com. Gilavoggi. Dos Santos. Gets it away, and he's taken down there. It's Trusty who will probably go in the book. Referee will trot over.
I mean, here's a...
What a great look from field level.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a hand to the face, and he win the ball, and he just basically just grabbed him down. I mean, that could have easily well been a card, but the referee decided not to. And I think this game is going to get a little bit more physical now, because the Rhinos is really pressing, and the Bethlehem is playing more physical than they did in the first half.
80th minute, Forbes headed away by Richter. Garzi back into the box, and no chances there by Jones. It'll be a corner kick for the Rhinos.
Yeah, I mean, Jones plays as safe as he can play. It just hit it out of bounds at that point.
Jones spent 3 seasons with the Union Academy, moving to Philadelphia from Ghana 4 years ago, and now working his way up the ranks. Far side corner kick. It's Canardo. Forbes in the 81st minute. Swerving ball. And again, cleared away by Jones. Hard shot blocked. Gilavoggi. Just nowhere to go. Huge bodies all over the place. And behind the play, the referee spots an infraction, and he's going to separate Apostolopoulos. And I believe Richter, he does have the yellow card in his hand. And temper starting to flare. Here's a look at that little challenge. Actually, behind the play, the ball is cleared. What do we see here?
That's right here. Well, don't see much of anything here. I mean, it was a collision. Two of the Bethlehem players collided together.
Apostolopoulos was issued the yellow card in the 81st minute, 4th of the season.
Yeah, don't see exactly what happened, why he got the yellow card on this occasion.
It's Riel, one of the players who is down, and I believe it might be Burke. There's a field level look at it. Again, we just talked about there's just no space.
They're closing all the spaces. You know, not giving the Rhinos any space at all. I mean, as soon as they collect the ball at their feet, they're closing the spaces down with two players.
Hard to tell from that angle if Apostolopoulos did anything, but nonetheless, he is in the book with a yellow card, and it'll give an opportunity for Bibbs to come on, number 38, Nick Bibbs. Looks like he probably will replace Riel, but we shall see, as he's the one who's getting help coming off the field with the trainer. And this change in the 83rd minute, it is Riel who comes off and Bibbs who comes on.
Yeah. Not sure if Riel is actually hurt or he's just dehydrated. He's just cramping up.
Bibbs, 25 years old, played with St. Louis last season. Made 12 appearances there. Third change of the game for Brendan Burke's Bethlehem side. That long ball ends up in the arms of Grinwis. 83 minutes in, 2-1 Bethlehem Steel with the lead. No one on the far side. Daly. Pressure coming from Voleski. Sun starting to break through now. Canardo Forbes. Rhinos looking for a late equalizer. 3-0-2 on home turf this season. Looking to stay unbeaten. Dominic Samuel has a throw-in. Put it to the corner of the 18, and Trusty gets it to Chambers. GC off of Dominic Samuel. Throw-in coming up for Bibbs. And again, no rush, no urgency here for the visitors. Chambers flicks it forward. Burke, good idea, just couldn't keep it in play for GC. I was looking for a ball to get back into play, and none to be found as Philadelphia didn't help there, or Philadelphia Bethlehem. We're willing to help out.
Not at all. The ball was sitting right there. The 6 guys are standing there watching the ball. Nobody's going to try to help.
There's Camden, pressured by Hurd, and a little touch out of play by Joshua Hurd. Quick throw in Camden to Forbes. Gets under his foot. Burke, 1v3. Farrell holds him up, and he is shown a yellow card. 85th minute.
That was a tough challenge there. It's body to body on that one. That's a very tough one. And here it is, stepping in, just stepped right into the path of the player.
Burke, the player who's down. And slow to get up again, though. Valuable time eating away at the clock. The Rhinos need to keep the rhythm going and create opportunities here late in this one.
Yes, they do. They really need to keep the clock going, or the momentum or the rhythm going, so they don't break. You know, I mean, every stoppage they're breaking the momentum, and have to build that momentum again.
And this works right into the hands of the visitors.
And the visitors, they're wasting. I mean, they're taking as much time as they can to restart this.
Played short onto the near side. Trusty. Poked away by Dos Santos. Gets it away from the youngster. Will he make him pay? Gilavogi. Can't get it through Richter.
Yeah, he tried to thread that ball through there, but unfortunately he couldn't get it.
Offside flag comes up. Samuel.
Yeah, that was an opportunity there. It was a breakaway opportunity. Just couldn't get that final pass, that final touch to make it all come together.
Talk about a teachable moment, a learning moment for the 17-year-old Trusty. I'm sure that Brendan Burke will have a long chat with him about that decision right there.
Yeah, he probably will. Because he almost give up a goal there for the Rhinos. But yeah, he's probably going to have a little talking to by the coach.
Gilavogi. Center circle, Voleski. Taken away nicely there by Akinyode. Forbes comes back the other way for the Rhinos. Samuels. Forbes chips into the box, up and over everybody. And a goal kick here in the 87th minute for Bethlehem.
Yeah. I think Forbes is actually looking for the Santos on the side of the box, but just a little too heavy on that one into the box. And he just went over all the players.
And to eat away at the clock, Bethlehem Steel will make another substitution. It'll be their 4th out of 5. And it'll be a very familiar name for soccer fans. In just a second. Flicked on as Burke and Apostolopoulos butted heads. And that is not going to feel good for both players.
Yeah. That's never a fun situation when players butt head like that.
And while Burke gets looked at, we'll take a look at that collision.
This substitution for Bethlehem Steel.
And the ball coming over and the ball, yeah, but just that's a situation where he tried to flick it off, but when he flicked, the defender was coming in also on his back, and he flicked, and he just flicked right back into the defender.
Burke still getting looked at. He's had a rough couple of goes here since coming on in the 72nd minute, taking a few knocks. But again, for Bethlehem, this will eat away at some of that valuable time. It'll give them a chance to bring on their 4th substitution, Fred, the Brazilian player coach, 36 years old, spent 7 years in the MLS with DC United in Philadelphia. And now I guess you could say, kind of giving back, staying in that Pennsylvania area, helping out as a player assistant coach, and he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season coming on for, I believe it's going to be GC. And here we go with the substitution actually in the 89th minute. GC slowly coming across, taking his time. Fans wanting him to pick up the pace a little bit. And Fred will make his 2nd appearance of the season. Here's Grinwis. Pushing it all the way up to midfield. He's got all sorts of space here. Looks up, whips a long one into the box. We're in the 90th minute. Bibbs gets a clearance on it. Apostolopoulos. Forbes. Sent forward, Burke. And not going to get there. It's Grinwis way off his line. Time running out here. The Rhinos looking for a long service into the box. Dos Santos for Voleski. Garzi steps in front of Fred, and they're going to call Garzi for the foul. Not one that Garzi's going to like either. I thought it was a good challenge both ways.
Yeah, I think it was a great challenge. I mean, Fred again, these guys are good actors. I think I heard him shout, and so by that shout, he appealing to the referee for a call, and the referee was right there, and he gave it to him.
I'm not even sure if Garzi touched him.
Yeah.
But Fred, the Brazilian, the experience, knows anything near, go down and eat away at the clock. Here's Badir. Good win by Dominic Samuel. Garzi. Farrell. He's pushing up higher now. Canardo Forbes. 3 left in the back for the Rhinos is Farrell. Pushing up into the attack. Canardo Forbes up and over midfield. Samuels. Looking for Dos Santos, broken up. Fred gets away from him. He's got Hurd there to help him out. And it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. No indication yet of stoppage time. Waiting for the 4th official's board. Camden looking for an option. Finds Dos Santos. Can't get it back to him. Cleared long by Bethlehem. Apostolopoulos to Grinwis. Samuel. Pressured by Burke. Goes down, no call. Back to Grinwis, good pressure from Burke, eating away at the clock. Bibbs, good challenge, wins it in the air. Chambers, Fred. Burke. A little too fancy there, and he gives the ball back to the Rhinos.
Yeah, he was actually looking for his player to make that run on the sideline, but he never did. He just stood there.
I haven't seen the official board up in the air. Here's a chance for Samuels. Into the 18. Samuels, the shot! Off the line, and the Rhinos denied a late equalizer. Great defensive play by Trusty as Asani Samuels had it level. Just the last-second defensive play.
That was a great flick on by the Rhinos. Samuel had it there. He lined up. He looked at the goal, looked at the keeper, and tried to slot him. But there was a defender right there to make a great save because the ball had already beaten the keeper.
Corner kick into the mix. Cleared away by Daly. Now Fred up and at midfield. Two Rhinos chasing him down. Still Fred. Hurd. Pushing forward, Hurd. Into the 18, Hurd. The shot off the side netting. Wow. 6 minutes is what we're being told for stoppage time. Referee has not held up the board, but the assistant, the fourth official, but we're told it's going to be 6 minutes of added time. Farrell was just crushed there.
Yeah, he was.
Akinyode.
I mean, again, I know his game is getting more and more physical, and the Rhinos notice the Rhinos now is pushing just to want everyone up on these attacking players. Everyone is being pushed up and leaving one player at the back.
Gilavogi with some space. Serves one into the box. Players crashing in, headed down. Loose ball still cleared away. Onto the far side, Voleski hustles to keep it in play. Camden settles, serves. Chambers clears it away. Burke comes away with it. Still Burke pushing it forward into the 18. Burke. And the referee will blow the whistle and issue a yellow card.
Yeah, but I think he blew the whistle for infraction because I think
here's a look
someone, Fred pulled one of the players down from behind, or clipped him from behind, and the referee was right there to see it and call it.
It was Garzi who got tangled up with Fred, and the referee issues the yellow card to Fred in the 90th minute plus. Dos Santos down and putting the boot back on. Rhinos have a restart. They're pushing bodies forward. They trail 2-1. Daly with a 58th minute goal, giving this one a 2-1 mark.
Yeah, here we go again. Everyone, all the players are into the box.
Good ball from Forbes. Badir gets the punch. Net is open. Dos Santos, the header. Farrell finds the back of the net. He's got his second in stoppage time. The Rhinos are level at 2. Dramatic finish.
That was a great finish right there. I mean, all the players are into the box. They dump it in the box. I mean, it looked like the Bethlehem keeper made a decision to came out a little bit too deep on that one.
It looks like Dos Santos was the last player to get the head on it before Farrell tucks it in. What a finish.
That was a great finish. Great work by the Rhinos. That's the way not to give up and play through until the last whistle blows.
I believe it was Farrell, but we'll double check and get the official score on that one. It is 2-2, late in stoppage time. Rochester and Bethlehem Steel. It is Farrell. He's got 3 on this season, 2 tonight. Still not over yet, though. Maybe one more for the Rhinos as they have a restart. Quickly taken by Forbes. Looking for Gilavogi. Bibbs gets the header on it. It's Dos Santos. Dos Santos. Gilavogi turns the corner. Knocked out of play. Corner kick. And we won't even get that off because Brandon Artis will blow the whistle and players crashing down to the turf. I'm sure exhausted, dehydrated, but it was a wild finish here tonight. 2-2, the final score, and the Rhinos extending their home undefeated streak to 20